May I borrow your earpiece? This is Scout. Rainbows make me cry. Ugh.
Prepare to attack the enemy's control points.
Get behind me, Doctor! I am fully charged!
You are listening to Control Point, a Team Fortress 2 podcast with Brent Copeland, Eric Fullerton, and Wes Wilson.
Control Point, episode 87, recorded on August 30th, 2009.
I'm Brent Copeland. I'm Wes Wilson, and I like rainbows.
I'm Eric Fullerton, and I hate rainbows.
Wow, you're just bringing us all down, dude.
Someone's been drinking some haterade.
Actually, it's been Amp Energy. I see it sitting there with guarana and ginseng.
Yes, I'm drinking another power drink this week. This is Amp. Buy one, get one free. It's a good deal. I'm liking Brent's hat that he's wearing.
And I have a big cup of frozen ice cubes from Wendy's.
And I've got leftover Mountain Dew, Warcraft style from WoW.
All right, so we're back. Episode 87 in the house, Control Point. You know, the show about TF2 sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yes, and sometimes we have bumpers.
Sometimes we do.
And we have this next segment called...
It is called...
Coming up on Control Point, what's in the briefcase? Babies!
Babies! So we got babies in the briefcase.
I will take a look.
All right.
I have it right here. I shall open it up and see what's in the briefcase.
Excellent. I'm glad somebody's doing this.
Dude, this thing's empty.
Again?
Look in the corners. I think there's some babies.
There's no, like, dirty socks or, like, Doug Lombardi's boxers or anything?
There's a pen. There's a blue pen.
That's cool. That'll do.
What are we going to do?
It is blue.
What? We don't have anything in the briefcase. What are we going to do, Eric?
I guess we'll just continue playing bumpers that were submitted to us by the Flaming Menace.
All right, and maybe take some live questions.
Yes. Some questions would be good. So people in the chat room, you will be able to ask us questions, but not yet. So hold your awesome questions.
And we do have a Headshot 5E? Yes. Yes, you can.
And you know, we have 70 people in the chat room. That's cool. Anyway.
And as you can tell, this show is rolling.
Yeah,
Woo!
So we haven't talked about TF2 at all, and we're a good, 5 minutes into it. So let's see here. What are we going to do now? Oh, let's hear a word from our sponsor. You think we should?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, it's Ash. Just wanted to let you guys know that I rented a game server off a website that isn't lowpings.net, and it didn't end well, and so I decided to put it into song for you guys. Well, I was looking for a server which to choose. Want a good tick and a voice server too. Too bad I didn't know that the site I chose sucked, cause I'm playing with so much lag I might as well idle for unlocks. L-O-W, that spells low. Pings.net, get a server baby. I heard their ads on CP. Thought about going but was too lazy. Now instead of having fun, I'm fighting bugs. Our con commands were set, wish I'd done to lowpings.net. L-O-W, that spells low. Pings.net, get a server baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
That boy's in New York right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is in New York City.
Follow some tweets there.
Grab a rope.
Out there on Twitter at, at Brent Copeland.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Brent wants more Twitter followers. So that was lowpings.net, the server that we use. That is the service that works for us, and it will work for you as well.
Yes, yes.
So check it out, lowpings.net.
I'm going to spend I guess we move on to status.
Okay.
I'm going to spend my status wishing a happy birthday to my nephew, Quinn. He's a teenager today.
Wow.
And so we got him a copy of Plants vs. Zombies.
Sweet.
Oh.
What a great present.
So I thought he might like that.
Wait, are you in your status right now?
That's it. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm out of it. Do we have a bumper for status?
We do.
Let's do it.
Oh, is that my week? I didn't play it all this week. Interesting week. Did you play any this week?
Weekly status. Good times.
Hey, that's exactly what it's like.
Yeah. So, all right.
Nice job.
You know what I got my nephew for his
that?
birthday? He turned 9. I got him Wrath of the Lich King.
Nice. So he plays some WoW?
Yeah.
Is he Horde?
No. No, he's Alliance.
We don't need to go back on that discussion, do we?
Okay, so I really only played a little bit this week. I logged on. I actually got on last night to play a little bit. I was hoping to see everybody on, and I was getting very frustrated. It was a lot of one-shot kills. I mean, when you look at your own team's makeup and there are 3 spies and 2 snipers, it was really not a whole lot of fun. I did try to have fun, but we were playing a lot of King of the Hill maps, you know, and I was running out of fun quickly.
They need a new update with new class updates so people quit playing Sniper and Spy, maybe.
Yes.
Do you think
definitely.
we'll get one? I mean, I'm thinking with Left 4 Dead coming out in just a couple months that they're going to start pulling the team over like they did with the last Left 4 Dead and kind of leave TF2 hanging for a little bit.
I don't know. All I know is that I don't understand why, and I still think that spies get a buff every single update, and I'm amazed when I see spies now. I did not know this. I guess I haven't been paying attention, but I will be playing blue. I will see a blue spy with a mask on, and that's actually a red spy disguised as a blue spy.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that when you disguised as a spy, you got a mask now.
Oh.
So I don't know. I'm just getting tired of it. It's like how apart from being a pyro and torching everybody who comes near me, spy detection is gone. There is no logical way that you should be able to detect someone as a spy unless they're changing weapons.
Well, I hear in the next release they're actually going to let the spies start in the other team's respawn.
I think that's a really great idea. I think that, you know. So anyway, I'm done. There's my spy bitching for the week.
SP week. Oh.
Wes's spy bitching of the week.
Sweet. Eric?
So I played with Torchmaster and a bunch of other people on his tower defense map that he made, and it's pretty cool. It's like it's. Oh, actually, Torchmaster's saying it's not his. Oops. He's the one who directed me that way, but it is called Sentry Defense, and this is really cool. It's more like you're withstanding waves of bots that come in, and it's similar to tower defense in the fact that there are waves and they get harder, so the AI gets smarter. It's basically like they start off, they don't attack, and then they start attacking, and then so if you can kind of picture a very long hallway, at the one end of the hallway is the spawn for the creeps, you know, or the bots or whatever. So they come in, and everybody else plays NG. So you're basically putting up sentries, and I mean, it's just chaos. The heavies come out, just bullets spraying everywhere. The demo man waves are really hard to do. So anyway, there's a couple of other little variances that happen, like you can the leader or someone can kind of direct the map and can kind of make things happen. So there's this part of the floor that can raise up to look like a ramp, and what happens is when you walk up, you know, on this platform, you shoot up into the sky. So it's to kind of simulate rocket jumpers, so you can kind of train on this map. But when that happens and sentries you're shooting all, you know, in every direction, there's heavies floating around shooting, it's utter chaos. So it's pretty fun to do. I wouldn't say that it's like a fun game to like return to all the time or anything, but like you know, but it's definitely cool to experience at least once and to have a good laugh over. But yeah, we had a lot of people.
Did he drag you over to the dice roll server? Did you go over and check it out?
No, actually, I didn't do any dice rolling this weekend. In fact, something happened. Oh, yeah. You know, my sound just stopped working later that night. I think I played Friday night, and it was like, all of a sudden, I don't know, it was just sound just didn't work anymore. So I exited out and restarted it, and I was kind of messing around. And then I think I got sidetracked on other stuff and started eating, and I started just doing other stuff.
The reason I brought that up is because Viaduct came on last night on CP1.
Oh, yeah?
And we decided to, like, both me and Clyde were like, man, this map is a lot of fun on the Dice Roll server. And so we got Johnny to activate the Dice Roll mod on our server. And I don't know. The Dice Roll mod is kind of weird because, number one, only so many people can roll the dice. Our server, you know, you can only so many people can do it. So if you get in quick, you get the dice roll and other people don't.
Okay.
But the other thing was it broke our server.
It did?
Yes. We were all like trying to play, and all of a sudden, boop, boop, boo. You know, everybody gets disconnected, and then I start getting the Steam messages. Hey, did you get disconnected too? Yes, yes, I did. So anyway, so we broke the server with Roll the Dice.
Wink, wink. By the way,
hey, I'm here for you.
The map that I was talking about with the hallway and the shooting and the bots and the weird stuff, that is actually called TR Walkway. Thank you, chat room, everybody shouting it out. So TR_Walkway.
Why isn't it TD?
It's a I don't know. It's a training map, so I guess it's TR.
Oh,
I don't know. Wait, what did you say?
TD for Tower Defense.
Oh, okay. It's more of a training map than it is, but it feels like a tower defense, but it's not like the cool one that we were looking at the other week. One of the videos in surveillance was like straight up, you know, the bots were walking around in this little, you know, trenched walkway or whatever. That's kind of like I would play that one. So. Anyway, fun times playing wacky things in TF2. So is that about it for you guys?
Status.
Indeed.
The status is now over.
It is over.
And now we will move on to the next section.
Are you doing bumpers when we have them already?
Yeah, I'm doing outro bumpers.
Really?
The status is now over. The next section is...
Coming up next, Johnny Napalm and the state of the server.
I love it. It's an intro to an otherwise another intro, and then to the meat, right?
It's a meta intro.
Yeah. All right. So yes, you heard it here first. That is what we're about to do, right? As soon as I actually find the thing, and then we'll be rocking.
Man, we have the best show. God.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's like interesting.
It is the best show on the internet. Okay, and here it is.
What's the state of the server? What's the state of the server? What's the state of the server with Johnny Napalm?
Greetings, CP community. It's your friendly neighborhood server admin, Johnny Napalm, here with your state of the servers for the week leading up to episode 87. Simple update this week. Added TR Walkway to CP number 3. Removed Observatory from the rotation on number 1. And I got the source mod update done for 1.2.3. So we have a stable release version of source mod on both servers now. That's it. Get out there and play.
Fast good trip!
That's the state of the server with Johnny Napalm.
The end of that is my favorite.
I love that song.
I know.
Yeah. Who did that song?
Bob Mills.
That's a good job.
Yeah.
Good job. And I know some people who don't play on our servers probably aren't interested in that, but as everyone knows, this podcast is about us and the community. So deal with it, live with it, and join the community, and then we'll introduce you more.
Yeah.
So that has been the Johnny State of the Server.
It was.
So that means it's time to go.
And one of the things was that he added TR Walkway.
I know, and took off Observatory, which is a fun map, but evidently it's been breaking the server.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
But I actually like Observatory.
Okay, so this next section, you just have to hear the bumper to be able to understand what it is that we're about to go into here.
community made, officially approved, they're new, they're improved. It's Listener Contributions! Listener Contributions. I am credit to Tim.
Did we skip on the loudspeaker?
Yeah. Did you decide not to do that one?
Oh, yeah, but first, let's do on the loudspeaker!
Worst show ever.
On the loudspeaker, news and discussions.
Hey, these are good.
We
should keep these.
They're excellent. Yes, I would like to reuse these. Thank you very much, the Flaming Menace. So, loudspeaker. So Gabe Newell,
great podcast.
The CEO of Valve, appeared on episode 9 of the Steamcast podcast.
I bet they have a good podcast.
It's a pretty good one. It was a good show. It's going up. They have the interview with Gabe Newell, but like before that, they talk about the anticipation of going and meeting him face to face and walking into the
did they go to him? Is that how they got an interview with him?
Yeah. They went to him.
Now where does he live again? Boston?
Somewhere in Seattle, somewhere close to Seattle.
We got to go to Seattle?
Yeah.
God.
But they went in there, they gave him a tour, and they just showed him stuff. I think what they do is they put like black curtains or black cloths over certain artwork that's hanging up that, if they have a guest, so that, no spoilers occur, which is kind of neat. Blizzard does that as well. If you're walking around and getting the tour, you'll have like censor marks in real life, like on the wall. Anyway, so they talked about that for a while, and then they played the Gabe Newell interview, which was actually really great. He got personal on a couple of different notes, talked about his favorite games and some stuff. Like my favorite Gabe Newell interviews is when he doesn't talk about TF2 and Steam, just because like every interview he kind of you'll start hearing him kind of repeat himself and just kind of reword the answers, and that's fine. There's only so many things that he's allowed to talk about, or even has news to even discuss. So all these different people keep asking the same stuff. It's just kind of like eh. But every now and then, somebody will ask him a personal question, and I think that's really cool. So if we ever have Gabe Newell on this show, I would actually like to just ask him a bunch of personal questions, like, what kind of underwear does he wear and stuff like that. Does he like Argyle socks?
Yeah.
So, anyway... But you get it, talk about like the first game he's ever, like his first console. Like I don't know what he's, the history of his game playing is. I don't know if anybody does, other than his actual friends.
He curses too.
So anyway, I think it would be pretty cool. But so check out thesteamcast.com if you're unfamiliar with this podcast. It's a good job. They do a good job. It's a good listen.
It's kind of what we should have transitioned into a couple of years ago.
Yeah, instead of just sticking with TF2.
Yeah.
So.
Can I ask you? I don't like cast in the name of podcasts.
I don't either.
Now, at least Kritzcast changed it to a K.
Yeah, that's true. But there is a like Wowcast. There's a lot of.
It's like saying, the show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Welcome to the show. The showcast.
Yeah, I don't know. It never really bothered me.
Oh. Which, by the way, talking about Kritzcast, I do recommend. I've been listening to them a lot more lately, and if you're in the mood for some more TF2 listening, and Friendly Fire and Control Point is not enough for you, then I really recommend checking out Kritzcast. They're starting to really come into their own lately.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe they'll get Gabe Newell on their show too, or Doug Lombardi. What does Doug Lombardi sound like?
I don't know.
Does he sound like does he have like a funky accent, I wonder?
I think he sounds like every evil bad guy from
oh, that's right.
What's that show? Scooby-Doo.
You sure it's not Phineas and Ferb with my Doofenshmirtz impression?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be that too.
Oh, that's right. We already interviewed Doug Lombardi on an earlier episode.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Good call.
So yeah. What am I babbling about?
I don't know. Something about the Steam cast?
Oh, yeah. So that's over. You want to go into listener contributions now?
Now, if they were like the Cleveland Steamer cast, now, could you get on board with that?
All right, now for this.
Community made, officially approved. They're new, they're improved. It's Listener Contributions! Listener Contributions. I am credit to team.
I am credit to team.
Alrighty then. So we have the first thing we're going to do is play a call from Sliced Bread.
Hey, Control Point, it's Sliced Bread, and this week my question kind of has a little bit of Left 4 Dead drink in it, but it's still TF2 question. What if one of the TF2 classes was put into Left 4 Dead? Not as like anything different, but just I was looking at that guy who looks like the Scout, and what if they put the Scout's voice in there and the Scout's personality? Would you be upset, or would you think it's a funny little crossover? Anyway, love the show. See ya.
I'm running circles around you.
Ah, will you knock it off?
Ooh, yeah, you're real scary.
You know, I would appreciate it if you'd stop.
You morons are about to catch a real beating.
Whose side are you on, kid?
Yeah, come get some, you frickin' wuss.
Stop it already!
No, seriously, you all suck.
Nice.
Wow. So
Nice
I guess that
job.
about answered his question, right?
Yeah.
That's about what it would be like.
Yes. Yes. No, I don't think I would. That would not be a clever crossover to me. There's an immersion with Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
That I don't want the madcap antics of TF2 getting into.
But you're going to get hats in the next Left 4 Dead update.
Yeah. Yeah. Are they going to be stereotypical and give Lewis a fro too?
Oh.
I don't know. They could.
Oh.
We have an email.
We do. Cool.
But does anybody else have another opinion on that, by the way?
No.
I
Other than
agree
just,
with you.
I don't want them to cheese it up as well. I think the two don't mix at all. One's bright and colorful. One's dark and desaturated. I don't think they fit.
No, I would like to see a crossover the other way, like a TF2 map where you're running through like a Left 4 Dead map. That would be kind of fun and funny, I think.
Yeah.
But Left 4 Dead game itself, keep it.
I wouldn't even mind a mod. You know, like just some kind of a silly mod, yes, but not anything official.
Yeah.
So it would be fun to poke it around with a little bit. We got an email from Zenith. Hey there, Allison here. I'm a relatively short-term listener and a first-time emailer. I've been listening since about episode 69, but I've gone back and listened to most. I have to say, I love listening to you guys talk about stuff, and rarely TF2. It's very entertaining. I love it. Excellent. As you probably guessed by my name, I'm female. Listening to 86, you were talking about girls playing certain classes. I must say, Engineer is my most played class. My best friend, who I also got into TF2, she doesn't play as much, but she enjoys it, played Engineer a lot as well. Pyro, however, she barely touched, but I enjoy playing Pyro lots as well, and Medic surprisingly. Talking about stereotypes, I think they are very, very wrong. One of my favorite things is seeing enemy Gibbs flying, and I know lots of girls who would agree with me. Anyway, I think you guys are doing a great job with the podcast, and I look forward to until the next episode shows up on iTunes. Farewell, Allison. Excellent.
Giblets.
Nice email.
Very cool, very cool.
Was there a question in there?
No.
Okay.
It's just a contribution.
Okay.
It's a contribution.
Okay.
And the
Sorry.
stereotypes.
I
thing.
zoned out for a second.
Because I was talking?
No, someone asked me a question in the chat, and so I was reading it. And
She started listening around 69, so I wonder if she went back and listened to 50.
I don't know. That's a very good question.
If 69's the first one you've ever heard, you just got to be really confused. Like, what is this about? Why is this a
Well,
TF2
imagine if
podcast?
you listened to him in order and you started at 50, but then you got to 69 and you heard that.
Yeah.
That's the one that's been, I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. That is true.
Time warp again.
Yeah, this show is like traveling through time. You have to listen to them in a certain order for them to make sense. So if the timeline is disrupted, then forever you'll be living in a grandfather paradox.
It's like if you watch the Star Wars movies, 1, 2, 3, and then you got to Empire Strikes Back, and Darth Vader says, Luke, I mean, it's like,
Exactly.
really? Duh, we've only had 3 or 4 movies to confirm that, you jerk.
You call Darth Vader a jerk.
He is a jerk
is.
until he, is almost dead.
No, C-Note says, no spoilers.
Yes, Darth Vader is Luke's father. And by the way, I actually saw today, Snape actually did kill Dumbledore.
Shut up, you jerk. Bleep that out. God, what a jerk.
You don't have to bleep that out.
That's the
Come
oldest.
on.
That's like everybody.
It's the oldest
knew that.
No,
in the world.
it's not. There's plenty of people who have not seen the books. My friend Pam has not seen the books read the books or seen the movie.
Is she on the internet?
She is.
Then she must have
It's like such a meme that you can't even tell if it's true or not. I haven't seen the movie. I have no clue.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on. Bleep that. I'm writing in the notes.
See, actually,
Bleep.
he spoiled it by saying bleep it. Then it must be true. Thanks for spoiling that for me. Thanks a lot, Wes.
Why don't you read this next email, spoiler?
I'm going to read this question from Headshot 5e. Is it better to have a shotgun out in close quarters instead of a rocket launcher? This is a soldier question, of course. But I think it may deal with other classes as well. But depending on the situation, I would say definitely yes. I think you can kind of tell play styles if you get up close to a soldier, like when you know you're going to get splash damage, like say in a vent or something. If he pulls out that shotgun, then you know you probably are playing against someone who knows how to play their class a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Because the thing is, the rocket launcher gives a lot of splash if you're in close range of where it hits. So definitely pull out the shotty, or my favorite, the shovel.
No, must shoot rockets.
The shovel.
Okay.
You want to read this next one?
Okay.
Eric?
Sure.
Pierre Cron.
Pierre Cron. The NG, the Eagle, the something. Hey, CP. Here's how to get an NG. Oh, here's how to get an NG without a hat. Here's how to get an NG without a hat? Oh, yeah, that does make sense in this context. Number 1, switch to Demo Man. Number 2, taunt. Number 3, halfway through the taunt, switch to NG. Number 4, profit. So this effect will last until the map changes. And basically what he's saying is you'll end up with a bald NG. Cool, huh?
That is kind of cool.
So you can remove...
So is this kind of one of those tricks, though, where only you see it?
That's a good question. Because
wasn't there something else
kinda...
that did that same thing? That was when you did something like that, but it was only for you. Warhammer. When you died your stuff.
Yeah, you died. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't like that because that's like you can model swap and then you're the only one that can see it. That's no fun. I want other people to see it too. So I don't know. I haven't tried this yet. Anyone in the chat room?
Chat room says it's legit. They have seen people running around that were bald NGs.
Okay. Well, cool. So that's all you got to do. Switch to Demo Man. Halfway through the taunt, switch to NG. That's it. Cool. So if the timing's right, you got it.
Nice tip there, Pierre.
We got an email from Eder30. Says, hello, CP. Eder30 here with a pressing question. Do you think the Sandman improvements, in air quotes, was a good idea? Minus 30% health with no double jump. The Scout now has 95 health, but I think he should have at least 100 health as a minimal standard. Thanks for the awesome podcast, fellow TF2 fan. I am all for anything that makes Scouts more flimsy. I do not feel they are flimsy enough as of late.
Yeah, I agree. I think if they get hit by something, they should be dead.
I have felt like I mean, if a Scout is running over a sticky and I detonate it, and it's been there for a while, and I'm far enough away from it, I feel like they should die.
Yeah, I think they should get auto-critted every time they get hit by something. Like, I want to see a needle hit one Scout in the head and him blow up and just die.
Yeah.
Or hit him in the eye and go, ow, my eye, my eye!
And then blow up and die.
You don't like Scouts, do you?
No, the Scouts. We got another email here from Rupert to Fly. One of my friends suggested that TF2 should have maps that cycle time of day and weather. Example, when it's raining, you slip on ramps and stairs, and Scouts with Sandman would lose health, and your fire buff wouldn't last as long. This would add a new dynamic, such as holding ground and building Ubers at daytime and attacking at night. I just wondered what you would think of this. Regards, Rupert to Fly.
I think that would be... I'm all for maps with changing conditions. I think that's really, really awesome, and I want to see more.
Yeah. Same here.
Word.
You know, somebody was
Kung Fu fighting?
Well, we were talking about the prop hunt thing last week, and you said you know, the control point itself can get up and move or whatever. And then was it that week that we were also talking about it would be cool to have a map where the control points change and like move?
No, I don't remember talking about that.
Maybe I was talking to somebody on Steam. I don't remember who it was. Anyway, it would be kind of cool. I was thinking about it later. So if you actually had a map where the control points are moving and you have to go to new locations to get the CPs, it's really no more different than just locking down one and having a new one be active, like Gravel Pit or like any of the other ones, you know, where it's just disabled and then it'll be enabled and then you can go. Or you have to capture this one before you get that one. So I don't think moving control points would really work out.
No.
Not that it was us who had this conversation, but whoever I had that conversation with, and if you're watching the show, that's my side of the argument. I don't think that works. So, okay.
Next, we have an email from Adesta Infidelis. A glance at the TF2 backpack viewer gives a hint to the meaning of level 76 lunchbox or something or other. Looking at Robin Walker's backpack, some of the attributes on the vanilla weapons seem to be enhanced, something not totally unlike the enchantment system in many MMOs. Maybe a hint of things to come.
Yes.
Cheers.
Okay, so we'd have to mention the website that you go to see people's inventories. Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't. What is that?
It's just a website. It's an app or whatever. You go there and you type in your profile number, your Steam profile number, and it will show your inventory. So you can just publicly see anybody's inventory. So what this email is getting at is the fact that you can see the developers. You can see Robin Walker's inventory. You can see Gabe Newell's inventory. And they have silly stuff on there that's basically, you know, nobody can get this kind of stuff, but they're like Valve-only weapons, and they're like way overpowered, and they have all these silly stats, just like a WoW epic or something. You know, it's pretty funny. So you would have to go to this website, and the website is, can someone say it in the chat room?
Well, they're getting the URL removed.
Oh, that's right. You can't post in here anymore.
It also could be kind of like developers' tools. You know, certain weapons do certain things, maybe even where they can even change the stats of the weapon on the fly to test different variables, and they could just be giving funny stuff to Robin and other people as well.
Just for jokes.
I mean, I hope it's not something we're going to see coming in the future. I thought they kind of said that this whole MMO idea was kind of a failed experiment. With the hats and the levels of weapons and stuff like that. Yeah. Did I just imagine that or dream that? I thought there's an interview where they said that was...
no, you did not imagine that.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I just looked it up. It is... it's called the TF2 Backpack Examiner, and you can find it at tf2items.com. So it's pretty simple. And I'll definitely put that in the show notes as well. But it's pretty cool. So you can look at anybody's inventory. I like it.
Okay, so we have another long email here about Scout stuff and the fan. I've got this is from Polandino. Hey CP, I've got a new technique that arrived with the classless update. As a result of the fan physics being made more Newtonian, you can utilize the pushback of the gun to launch yourself into the air to a height comparable to that of a rocket jump. If you run straight forwards, then crouch jump while moving forwards, and straight after you jump, fire the fan forwards at a 65-degree angle from straight down. You'll be launched up into the air. As an example, you can get from the ground to the battlements on 2 fort with 1 jump, and you still have a double jump when you get up there. Keep making a great show, Polandino.
Cool.
There you go.
Now you all know the trick. Like, see, we don't keep information for ourselves. We release it out there to the community. Right? You remember those podcasts where you'd get into a game and you'd be like, how do they all do that? Because they all had their secret site where they went and they learned all the tricks.
Oh, yeah.
We're that secret site, but we have an open door policy.
Yeah. So you'll learn things like how to make your NG bald.
Yes.
So you can really have the upper hand.
Yes. That's what
We
I'm talking
teach you
about.
how to win.
Yes,
Bald
we teach you how to
NGs.
sign up to my Twitter account. That's twitter.com/Brent Copeland. Hit follow.
Okay, so we ready for this? Are we ready for this? Wow, are we actually done?
We're done.
We've got
Player of the week?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Look at me! Presenting Player of the Week. Now I am King of Team!
Wow,
The heavy rules.
These are quality.
Yeah.
Okay, so the player of the week this week is the Flaming Menace.
Dun, dun, dun.
For making
Dun,
such
dun, dun.
awesome bumpers, and we can reuse these in the future. And in fact, for each segment, he didn't just send one bumper; he sent 2 or 3, so a little variation. So
Awesome.
we can actually use these for multiple episodes. Thank you very much. Enjoy your player of the week, Dumb.
Yep.
Yes.
And also, speaking of bumpers. Nice. All right, surveillance.
Taste the rainbow.
Nice.
Do we want to play this song?
No, we'll play it at the end. I think we're in a rush because of duties we have after the show. But this is a song. It was a remix of Playing with Danger by Chris Lore. And this is is this the funky TF2 mix?
I don't know. I guess so.
Yes, it is. It is a Team Fortress 2 mix, and it's pretty sweet. The song is actually... Is this a video on YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So there's a video on YouTube as well. I'll link to this for show. And I'll go ahead and play the song after the show, so stick around after the credits. And let's see what else is in here. An iTunes app. Oh, yeah. You want to read this one?
Sure. You want to go ahead, Brett?
This is submitted from Howling Techni. I would just like to email you to say that I love the podcast and the app you recommended is great for managing my server. Whilst looking on iTunes, I discovered this. appshopper.com/games/games-monitor-full, an app that lets you monitor most game servers. I have not tried it yet as it looks way too expensive for an iDevice app. Also, to honor the great podcast that is Control Point, I have changed my server to be a CP UK fan server. I like that. The connection info is 81.19.209.28:27015, the standard port. Looking forward to this week's episode. Matt, Howling Techni in the forums and in-game. Very cool.
Yeah, thanks for opening up a new UK spot. And
I like that designation, fan server.
Yeah.
Like, it lets it know that it's not a,
He just didn't want to make us mods, is what it boils down to.
And I'm all okay with that.
A week or two ago, we announced that we have a Australian fan server as well.
Yep.
So that's really cool. Maybe I should link these fan servers on our website.
I think that's a good plan.
Okay, I'll do that. On the right side, if you go to deadworkers.com/TF2, on the right side, you'll see a list of IPs. That's the servers that we own or have or associated with or blah, 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 whatever. All right, so next up.
We got some
of these.
Shoutouts.
So we got from Cryosis, shout out to Clan Vengeance. We got
you know who Clan Vengeance is, right? Don't you, Brent?
No.
That's the Critscast guys.
Awesome. And we got from Sean the Sheep, a shout out to Baby Jesus. I don't know if all these are real, but Stradivarius, shout out to Dr. Octogonopus.
Dr. Octogonopus. Dr. Octogonopus.
The Duck Overlord gets a shout out to the Duck Overlord. Very good. Any other shout outs?
I wanted to shout out to Daxtress, who was last week's Player of the Week. I called her a guy, but indeed she is a she, so I'm sorry about that.
And we got a shout out from Pie Slayer 97. Shout out to Clan Spinas.
Spinas.
And I think we should just stop.
We should just
stop. Just stop.
Stop, man. Just
Crazy
stop.
Irishman. A shout out to Sergeant Mako.
And remember all of those questions we said we were going to do live? We lied.
Oh, I've been doing this. People send them in.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They just didn't know where to send them in, I think.
Just yell them out loud in the chat room?
No. They were sending me private tells in the channel.
Okay. Shout out to Sergeant Mako.
You already did the Headshot 5e shout out, right?
Shout out to Kermit, Firefest.
I think we got them all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Torchmaster. All right, well, there is a song you can check out. This is a song by the Slicerer. It is called Over the Air Blasts and Far Away, and it's really cool. He played this on the guitar and sang, and that will be at the end. So you're looking at 2 songs at the end of this episode. Don't forget to dig us. Give us iTunes reviews.
Hey, do we have any new iTunes reviews? Did you check on your phone to see if we had some new people to give shout-outs to for
And while he's
giving
looking at that, I want to thank our sponsor, lowpings.net. Control Point's official TF2 servers are hosted with servers from lowpings.net. If you're looking for a cheap 100-tick game server, then you need to go check out lowpings.net. Tell them we sent you. They might give you something free, like nothing.
Like some nicety.
Some nicety.
Little nicety?
Yeah, some niceness.
Yeah.
And an awesome control panel, back end.
Yeah, true.
Who couldn't use a nice back end these days?
I'm a big fan of a nice back end.
I am too.
Wait, what's going on here?
We love back ends that go, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa. Alrighty then. So you can still call us, send us emails at cp@deadworkers.com, or call us 256-513-4772. And you know what? I'm looking up iTunes reviews right here on my iPhone really quickly, and I don't see any
most
new ones.
recent.
Yeah.
Oh well, we can't add anyone to the list of people. No more shout-outs.
Yeah, the newest one was a Ash Williams fan.
Yeah, that's been there for a couple weeks.
So we would like to have some new ones, please. So anyway, that'll do it for episode 87 of Control Point. And we will talk to you next time. Bye.
You are now at the end of another episode of Control Point.
Victory.
Every one of you deserves a medal. A podcast brought to you by the Dead Workers Party. See the show notes and leave comments for this episode at controlpoint.deadworkers.com, or leave us a voicemail at area code 256-513-4772.
Auf Wiedersehen!
That was terrible! Horrendous! I'm offended! I'm appalled! So what are we gonna do? Oh, what else? Email it to everybody we know! Good idea.